So tomorrow you will have a quiz. What's on your quiz? Commission, percent change, interest, and then distance, speed, and time with the triangle. I would review your worksheets from last week. I would review your homework from last week. They have really good problems when it comes to all of this. Today, we are going to learn about circumference of a circle. So I'm going to take my notebook. I'm going to write today's date, 1/30/24, and we're going to title it Circumference of a Circle. Circumference of a circle, which is really getting into our geometry unit, which is why I wore the shirt, geometry. Mr. Armstrong's favorite type of math.
Wait, how do you know though? Are we going to tell you? Are we going to do like geometry, like you're going to like give us some blocks?
Oh yeah, like in kindergarten where they gave us those blue blocks and you would put them together. And they would ask you to make sure.
Is that geometry or is it just like, no?
All right, so when it comes to a circle, and we are talking about the circumference is when we go all the way around the circle. Okay. Yep. Because you're doing the dots, although you can't really see it on the screen. You're doing the dots to signify, oh, I am going around the circle. Didn't you use your phone to text your mom yesterday, Genesis? Interesting.
What?
All right, so here I have my circle.
Yep.
And I want to measure going around the outside of this circle. Around the outside of this circle. So we call it circumference when it comes to circles. But what if it was any other shape? And I told you, hey, what's the distance going all the way around the triangle?
A circumference.
Perimeter. Oh, yes, good job. So when I say going around a rectangle or going outside the triangle, we call that perimeter, right? Oh, take the perimeter of your desk, going all the way around. But we're special in math. So instead of calling this the perimeter, we made up a new word. Circumference. But circumference is perimeter. It's just of a circle. So when you think of perimeter, you think of circumference, it's the same thing. It's going around the circle. Does that make sense? All right. So circumference is the distance around the circle. So the distance around the circle, otherwise known as perimeter. But we don't call it perimeter because that's just too basic, and we are not basic in math. All right. Let's see if you guys know this. So I actually yesterday saw it on someone's Alex. Like they were doing circumference yesterday, which is pretty cool.
Wait, this pretty?
No. All right. So circumference, we use the letter C, that stands for circumference, is equal to, now it's a formula, is equal to pi times the diameter. That's pi. So in math, we use this Greek letter from the Greek alphabet, and it's pronounced pi. And in math, we adopted it a long time ago, and we gave it a value. So every time you see this symbol from now on, and sometimes you'll see it randomly in random places, this pi has a special value. So pi, which is spelled P-I, pi, is about 3.14. Okay? So in math, in geometry, when the teacher says, hey, what is pi equal to? You will have to know that when we talk about pi in math, the number is 3.14. It will always be 3.14. Okay?
But then how do you remember that?
Always.
Wait, why?
Isn't it longer than that? Like
Yes.
3.9?
Oh, very good. Okay, so
That's what I'm saying.
pi.
No.
No bad words.
I was gonna say that.
Gifted. Some of us have talents that we don't know.
I was gonna say that.
We don't share until it's the right time.
Yeah, I was gonna say
He's
that.
like
So-
Young Sheldon.
Okay, so pi is actually a number that does not stop. Notice how I didn't put an equal sign. I did a little squiggly lines, which means about. So pi is a number that doesn't repeat and it doesn't end. So you can recite, tell me what pi is for the rest of your life, and you'll never stop. It just keeps going and going and going and going and going and going.
Isn't there a song about pie?
We celebrate Pi Day.
Pineapple.
Does anybody know what day of the year we celebrate Pi Day?
President's Day.
No,
Yeah.
it's President's Day.
St. Patrick's Day.
Close.
Valentine's
March
Day.
14th.
What the?
Why would we celebrate on March 14th?
Because
Because that's when they discovered it.
the
No.
month. Because
It's
3 is
314.
March.
314. 3 stands for March, right? The third month,
14th.
month, and then the day 14th. So Pi Day, and it's a big deal, mostly in high school, because when you reach high school, you've all been introduced to pi. 6th graders don't know anything about pi, so in middle school we sometimes don't celebrate Pi Day, but in high school they do. So it's an approximation, 3.14. A mathematician hundreds of years ago discovered this magical number that we actually get to use in geometry. Your job is to memorize that in math, when you hear pi, use this number.
Wait, so,
That is your job.
Just that.
so we celebrate.
Well, I mean right now.
So we celebrate that day.
Yes.
We should get the day off then. It's
Totally.
a holiday.
Yeah, it's a holiday.
Yeah.
But people don't like math, so we don't celebrate it.
But we don't get a day off.
All right.
St. Patrick's Day.
Yeah, but that's St. Patrick's Day.
Okay, diameter. Remember from yesterday, diameter, is that the whole line or half the line?
50. Whole line.
Whole line, very good. So let's draw a diameter to remind yourself that when it goes all the way through, that's your diameter. Okay, so to solve for circumference, to solve for the perimeter, you're going to take 3.14 and you're going to multiply by the long number. And that's it. That's how you find perimeter. Yep.
So just 3.14 times the 2.
Times the number.
That's it?
That's it.
Really?
Oh, wow.
The hardest part is memorizing pi. 3.14.
Wait, should we write it on the exponents?
Or can I put it?
Wait, Miss Nomendi, why is it spelled like that and not with an E?
Because to differentiate. Okay, so let's draw this circle and let's make it 12 inches in diameter, which is literally a foot, the measurement of this circle.
Wow.
Okay? So if I were to measure the diameter of the circle by using a ruler and going all the way across, it's literally a foot, a ruler, the size of a ruler, 12 inches. So I want to know, if I were to get an ant and have it crawl around this circle, can I use this like ruler? Will it work? No, because it doesn't bend, right? So a mathematician discovered if you measure across, which you can because it's flat, if you measure this across and multiply it by this magical number, you will get the answer of it going around. So he discovered that. He's like, wait, if you do this and multiply it by 3.14, you will get the measurement going around, which is pretty cool. All right, so circumference equals pi times diameter. What is pi again?
3.14.
So we write it down. We plug it in. So instead of, for pi, we write 3.14. Now for the diameter, looking at this circle,
12 inches.
12 inches, so we write that down. Turn on the calculator.
Another day, another dollar.
So C is equal to 3768 inches. And that's it. So Bella, all you have to do is just multiply these two numbers. Where did I get the 12? From the circle. Where did I get 3.14? Because you're starting to memorize that. You got to use pi. And pi is just 3.14.
Is it squared or
No, because it's perimeter. It's circumference, so we don't square it. When do we use a little square?
When it's a block.
When.
Times the base point or like the formula.
But what are you solving for?
When it's a block.
Huh?
Area.
Area. Very good. So for area, Sophia, Jaden, when it's area, you put the little 2. When it's circumference or perimeter, nothing.
So, this perimeter, this is the only time you multiply for other
What?
formulas, or
What?
So yeah, no, you will multiply for area. You will multiply for this one. Usually for perimeter you add, but there's no sides to add, so we're a little different. A little different. All right, let's try another one. So draw me a perfect circle.
I can't do that.
Is that a diameter or is that a radius?
Diameter.
Diameter, very good. So this is 4 centimeters. This is the diameter, which is what we need, right? We need the diameter. So I was nice enough to give you the diameter. De nada. You're welcome.
she's like,
She's late, Miss.
Okay, I don't need you to interrupt.
Yeah.
Okay, so circumference is equal to 4 centimeters. So we use the formula. Circumference is equal to
4 centimeters.
pi times. Good. It's good to like repeat the vocabulary, so then you're not scared of the vocabulary. The more you say it, the more it becomes, oh, I know how to say pi times d, pi times diameter. Okay, so what is the value of pi?
3.14.
So we plug it in. It will always be, Bellas, write this down, 3.14. It will always be 3.14 times. What is the diameter of my circle? 4. So the diameter is 4, so go ahead and plug that in.
12.56. Oh my gosh.
Miss Nomelli.
Yes. So using our calculator, we discovered that we type this in, you get 12.56 centimeters. Easy enough? So if they give you the diameter, use it with pi. Now, what if they're mean and evil? Camila, let's write this down. You can worry about the do now later.
Oh, I get it.
What if they're mean and evil? Like your teacher. No, I meant me. And they give you this. Yes. Because can I use the 7?
Yes.
No. Yes.
Oh,
No.
no,
you can't.
no, you can't.
Because the 7 is a
That's
radius. And I do not use the radius.
Wait, miss, can you just
That's why I
guess
said
the answer and multiply by
Yes. So radius is 7. But I don't need the 7. I need it to be I don't need the radius. I need diameter. So what would the diameter equal of the same circle? 14. This is what we did yesterday, right?
Yeah.
So we realized, like, wait, we don't need the radius, we need diameter. So this is how they trick you. This is how they trick you. They give you the wrong number. You got to do an extra step, though. So pi, for the 100th time, what is pi equal to?
3.14.
Good. And then what is the diameter?
14.
Good.
48.96.
So circumference is equal to?
43.96 feet.
Why did you get quiet?
You got some questions? 1 second.
I know.
Stop. All right. What if I make it super duper 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 hard?
What?
Did you just say
Super duper.
Wait, can I make like
Sounds
a
like,
really
that sounds like Mickey Mouse.
Wait, can I make a circle like
6.5
13?
yards.
13.
13.
Entonces,
So, Jaden, 6.5 is your radius. I don't need 6.5. I need to double it.
13.
So 6.5 plus 6.5 is
13.
13. So we're going to use the diameter of 13. So go ahead and use the diameter of
40.83.
13.
I mean 82.
What kind of calculator is she using?
All right. So this is our radius. We don't need the radius. We need the diameter. So 6.5 plus 6.5 was 13. And then we're going to plug it in. 40.82 yards. Okay. Okay? Pi times d. Pi times d. All right. So, ladies and gentlemen. Okay. Everybody stop and just look at, in general, overall, we're not doing the math right away. So, just look at all these circles on the front side. Just look at all the circles on the front side. I give you all the what?
Diameter.
All the diameters. So are all those the numbers that we need?
Yeah.
Yeah, so there's no tricks about the front side. All of those numbers are good. Now, literally turn the paper over.
Radius.
What did we give you on the back?
Radius.
Radius. So are these the numbers that we need?
No.
No. We have to multiply all of these by 2. Then we get the number. Yes?
So on the back we do a 3-step?
Yeah.
Wait a minute, you multiply by 2.
All right, so let me show you what I'm looking for on number 1. Now, some kids are going to earn a 0 because they stopped listening to me right now. Sad, but it's true. Okay, I am allowing you to use a calculator, but does that mean you don't show me work? No, you got to still show me work. So this is the work I'm actually grading. If you don't show me this, you'll get a 0. So, number 1, you're going to go C equals. Okay, what's the first number that we use? 3.14, pi. So you're going to write that down, 3.14 times
44.
this number. This is the number that we use. On the front page, I give you the number that you use. There's no tricks about the front side. I give you the number to use. Bella, let's sit up and write this down. A little bit more effort. Okay, 3.14 times 44. 0.16. So 138.16 inches. Okay, so I need to see what you plugged in. Okay, I need to see what you plugged in because just in case you do make a mistake, especially on the back where the mistakes are happening, we can tell you like, oh look, you used the wrong number. You're supposed to use 44, but you wrote down 100, right? So we can see where you made the mistake if you make a mistake. So show your work. That's what I'm looking for when I'm grading, and then the answer.
What about the back?
The back, 5 is a radius. But that makes me sad because I don't need the radius. I need the diameter. So take that number times 2, and the diameter is 10. This is the number that we need. That's the number that you use. So it's one extra little step. But it's times 2, so it's not a big deal. I hope.
What if it's like a confusing one?
So it would be on the back side 1.14 times 10?
Mm-hmm. You can use a calculator. You just need to tell me what you're writing.